Reading college textbooks with AI-generated text to audio. Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how to read college textbooks using the AI artificial intelligence capabilities of the Microsoft Edge browser. The Microsoft Edge browser has multiple artificial intelligence AI-powered tools. The one that I want to focus on here in this video is the read aloud function. Read aloud. What the read aloud function does, it enables the Microsoft Edge browser to read the text on the web page and convert it into audio. This is known as the read aloud function, and it's AI powered and is available on the Microsoft Edge browser. I have found it to be very, very helpful. Now, text to speech, where the text is converted into audio, like an audiobook, AI generated audiobook, is a form of artificial intelligence. So, as an example, I'm going to show you this college textbook here, Principles of Management. And it is published by Rice University OpenStax, Principles of Management. And let's go to Chapter 2, Managerial Decision Making. This is a chapter about decision making by managers. And as an example, let's look at the end of chapter summary. And I'm going to show you how I use this feature. So what you want to do is go to the top of the page, press down on your right mouse button, press down on it, and then a window will open up. In the middle of the panel is the Read Aloud button. So select the Read Aloud button and then let go of the button, and this will activate Read Aloud.
2.1 Overview of Managerial Decision Making. What are the basic characteristics of managerial decision making? Managers.
So I'm going to show you several things. When I activated the read aloud function, a toolbar opens up at the top of the browser. Read aloud. In the middle is a button to pause and to play. So the triangle, if I click the triangle, it'll play. In the right upper corner of the browser are voice options. You can select speed. Right now this is a normal speed. Normally when I do read aloud, I actually go to the maximum speed. So I recommend for you start off with the normal speed and then increase. It turns out we can actually comprehend much faster speech. So I like to go faster, so I go at the faster speeds. I'm going to select that. And they also have different types of voices. This is Jenny from the United States. And natural means that it's more natural sounding. They also have British accents. They have male voices, and they have different voices. Like Michelle and Anna have different sounds of voices. So pick the ones which suit you the best. Jenny seems to be the most clear for me, especially at higher speeds. So that's why I picked Jenny. So now I've selected a higher speed. And then to resume, I just click this triangle.
Managers are constantly making decisions, and those decisions often have significant impacts and implications for both the organization and its stakeholders.
So notice how the word that it's on, it highlights in yellow. So what I do is I go to the upper part of the page, activate read aloud. I select The voice that I prefer, I choose Microsoft Jenny Online Natural. Then I actually go to higher speeds. Okay. I can actually go with the highest or the second highest speeds. Then I hit play, and I actually force myself to stare at the screen, but make my eyes follow the yellow word. So I concentrate on the yellow word, on two things, on following the yellow word, but also listening, especially in the first round. Now, in subsequent rounds, I will also add, I'm just trying to take in the information in the first round. In subsequent rounds, I'll kind of think more like as to like how, what's the meaning underlying here. But this is a good first round to go with. Now, I have also found that once I do this first round where I listen to the words and then I also watch the highlighted word as it yellow highlighter as it moves along, I have found that if I then subsequently read on my own, it's a lot more fluid. So if I read it without listening to the audio, it's like I'm struggling with the words here, right? But if I do the read aloud, it's more fluid when I'm looking at it, and then I can start. It's easier for me to see connections and to actually grasp the content. So let me show you what I mean. So what I'm going to do is hit play, and then listen to the sounds, and then follow the yellow highlighter.
Stakeholders. Managerial decision making is often characterized by complexity, incomplete information, and time constraints, and there is rarely one right answer. Sometimes there are multiple good options or multiple bad options, and the manager must try to decide which will generate the most.
So yeah, I'm used to higher speed, so let's go a little bit faster. This is next to the high speed.
Most positive outcomes or the fewest negative outcomes. Managers must weigh the possible consequences of each decision and recognize that there are often multiple stakeholders with conflicting needs and preferences, so that it often will be impossible to satisfy everyone. Finally, managerial decision making can sometimes have ethical implications, and these should be contemplated.
This is a pretty good speed for me. Sometimes I go faster, but usually I'm at the fastest or at the second to the highest. And then I follow along with the highlighter.
Contemplated before reaching.
Also, too, is if you want to jump around the page, what you can do is move your mouse to where you want to go to, and then use the left button to click. So I'm going to show you here. I'm going to play, but I'm going to move it back to the top using the left mouse button.
Reaching a final decision. 2.2 How the brain processes. Managers are constantly making decisions, and those decisions often have significant impacts and implications for both the organization and its stakeholders. Managerial decision making is often characterized by complexity, incomplete information, and time constraints, and there is rarely. What are the basic characteristics of managerial decision making?
So you can jump around with the mouse cursor. So what I'll do is, again, this is my workflow. I go to the page, I then turn on the read aloud, I listen to the audio. At the same time, I follow the yellow highlighter. Okay, and then I go down through here, and then what I'll do in terms of actual learning the material, this is what I'll do, and this is whenever I approach any kind of material, I'll try to summarize each one of the sections. So this is chapter 2 about managerial decision making. Section 2.1 is an overview of decision making by managers. Okay, managerial decision making is characterized by complexity, information that's incomplete, and constraints on time. And there can be more than one right answer. Okay. Sometimes the decision making can have ethical implications. Managers have to weigh possible outcomes. So I'm not reading like word for word, I'm selecting keywords. Section 2.2 is about brain processing information. Reflective system and reactive system. There's two systems. Reflective is rational and logical. Reactive is quick. Section 3 is about programmed and non-programmed decisions. Okay. I've already read this page. Programmed and non-programmed decisions. Okay, so programmed decisions are based on well-understood criteria. Non-programmed decisions are novel, new, and lack clear guidelines. Non-programmed decisions require more research and thinking. Barriers to effective decision making. Barriers. Okay, what blocks barriers to effective decision making? Limited ability to process information, collect information. of knowing all the possible outcomes, biases are barriers, and then conflicts. So that's I just want to demonstrate another part of what I consider to be active reading is that likes the brain has difficulty with large masses of unstructured information. So the goal for me when I'm reading is two things: summarize and structure. Summarize, try to figure out the key words, try to summarize it into as short of words as possible. Okay, keywords, and then structure. What's the connection? So that's why I'm going by section. This is under chapter man. Always connect it back to something else and to the hierarchies to see the structure. So that's summarize and structure. You can also think of it as keywords and context, keywords and connections. Okay. And so I have this procedure to me is the most fluid way for me to read this chapter. Now, if I really want to go deeper, even with one repetition, I found that I could then answer if there's chapter questions, projects and assignments. I can do it with this additional round. If I really want to add on to it, these chapters can be printed out in paper, and then I can also do highlighting. But this is a good initial stage, which is basically allowing the Microsoft Edge browser to convert the text into audio. So basically it's like an audiobook. Read aloud, follow the yellow highlighter, and then afterwards try to paraphrase or summarize what you just read.